All right, next we have Facebook followers Tom, Nancy, Melinda, and Gretchen. They all asked about the transportation needs of the 21st century residents, both young and old. They specifically asked about bike routes, streetcar, trolley service, and mass transit. Melinda is even considering moving her family out of Livonia because of its lack of public transportation and safe biking routes. What changes do you think need to be made, if any, to Livonia's transportation features and services?
So like most issues in Livonia, we got to start with what we have currently. And I think if you look at what we have currently in terms of walkable sidewalks, we far and away beat every other community in the entire region. Almost every neighborhood in the city of Livonia has walkable sidewalks. And that's something that's very valuable that you're not going to find in South Line, you're not going to find in Northville, you're not going to find even in Westland or Redford. What we need to do as a community is really kind of make real the proposed bike and walking path that would connect all of the city's parks and many of the city's neighborhoods to kind of make it a more cohesive recreational circuit, if you would. So people could start in one place and go all the way around and visit many of the different parks. We have, I think, 36 developed parks in the city of Livonia, many of which don't have programming, or they have very little programming altogether. So this would be a way of maybe opening up the accessibility of the parks where there is programs that are sponsored by the city and the Parks and Recs Department. But this also might be a possibility of moving some of those programs to smaller parks that are in the neighborhoods if they're more easily accessible. When we're talking about trolley cars and rail lines and stuff like that, that's just not even economically feasible to even talk about that. But what we could do is, if we do have some key spots that are identified as engaging places in our community that are frequented by young people, old people, such as a potential downtown, if you would, we could expand the community transportation that we have here in the city to pick up people of all ages and take them to that site, and we can increase that and decrease that with the frequency or the events that go on at that location. Something similar to what we do with the Spree and the parking here at the municipal complex to go over the Ford Field. When we're talking about regional transportation in general, listen, I think in general it would be a perfect idea if Livonia taxpayers would get their bang for the buck out of being a member of SMART, right? But I think the studies at this moment don't show that it would be a good use of taxpayer money, and we could use that money to develop the bike and walking path, to hire more police officers, to develop and spend more time working on long-term plans for the city.
Great.
If things change in the future and we do have more of a demand, I'm absolutely interested in looking at the possibility of joining SMART again and being more of a regional partner. But at this moment, that's not really a possibility financially.
Right. Thank you.